Hi, everyone. I'm your lecturer, Dr. Erjuman Yunus, and this is the first summary recording for week 1 of AI and Society. Every week, I will upload these short videos for an overview of the summary of the last week so that you are able to follow what we are covering each week. So in the first week, I told you about what the course will cover and what we will study as we go on. So the module is basically divided into 2 parts, where in the first part, we're going to do machine learning, exploratory data analytics, text analytics, and explainable AI. And also, major chunk of this will be in Python. Students were given the choice between Python and R, and a vast majority of you went for Python, mainly because you have a little bit of previous experience in it, and it's good to have Python on your CV. And then these are 4 sections under which we will see the various topics of AI in society, AI in social good, AI in digital economy, AI in science, AI in ethics. Your assessment will be composed of an essay, and from all the discussion in the class, you will select one topic on which you're going to write an essay about ethical aspects or a critical aspect of AI that can also help in policy suggestions. I gave some examples in the first class. If you want, you can talk to your classmates on what were some of the topics. Then there will be a project and on which I will provide a data set and some tasks and some research questions that you will have to answer by code or by means of implementing AI algorithms. It's highly probable that I may give you a choice between 2 or more projects, and you will have to select one. It is going to be an individual project, not a group project. So we discussed how AI is everywhere and it's creating value for almost every other industry, be it retail, travel, healthcare, telecommunications, entertainment, oil and gas. A lot of deployment of AI solutions is being done in these industries, and it has created an immense amount of value. And it's going to be 13 trillion, according to an estimate by McKinsey, and by 2030. Then we talked about what the irrational fears those sci-fi movies show you about AI, and what's ANI and what's AGI. So basically, when we talk about the AI in class and what we will cover, it's going to be ANI, which is artificial narrow intelligence, which is, let's say, a small task. Say how it's used in a web search engine, how it's used in farming for, say, crop yield prediction, for text-to-speech engine, a self-driving car, and how it divides the task into different image recognition or object recognition tasks. That's what artificial narrow intelligence is. Artificial general intelligence is when AI would be able to act like a human, the kind that's shown in sci-fi movies where robots are even able to cry and are taking over the world. That is still very far away and is unlikely to happen in even decades. That's what we discussed in class. This prompted a very nice discussion on self-driving cars and on one of the students having a lovely experience in Arizona where he got a 10-minute drive using a self-driving car, and he couldn't even notice the difference. Now, that discussion with that student reminded me of this tweet by this guy who is basically a physicist turned Kagler. And if you want to follow one of the machine learning gurus, then he's the guy to follow on Twitter. And also during my lectures, I leave these tidbits about who to follow and where to get, your machine learning, social media digests and stuff like that. So if you're really into Kaggle, machine learning, code, Python, do follow this guy. So he says that after a few weeks of driving in tight historical European city centers, my bullishness about when we'll get full level 5 self-driving vehicles took a major hit. I don't even know if there is enough compute in the universe to handle all edge cases. And that's what I said to that student. Maybe the US has very nice roads and very straight paths, but Europe, try Lisbon, even try Dublin, self-driving car, cannot drive easily on these roads, especially in Dublin. Then we also talked about what is machine learning, and the chief idea we discovered was that basically going from an input to an output. Say there's a news and we want the output to tell us whether it's fake news or not. So the label fake would be the output and the news itself would be the input. We have email, whether it's spam or not, and Gmail does a pretty good job of it right now. So the email is itself the input and the spam is the outputs. That's how we chiefly define machine learning, and all of artificial intelligence is basically driven by machine learning and some by data science. So what is the difference between machine learning and data science? We went into a little bit of that. So when there's a software that's giving you predictions, that's giving you an output or a label, that's machine learning. When you're having charts, when you're having some graphs, a slide deck shown by a data scientist, CSV, and he operates on CSV files, that's data science. Now, machine learning, data science, and artificial intelligence, we drew this Venn diagram in class. So all of machine learning would fall under artificial intelligence. Then there would be an overlap between data science and artificial intelligence, but all of data science is not artificial intelligence. And similarly, all of big data is not artificial intelligence either. So that was a pretty interesting discussion. And then we also talked about how can a company be classified as an AI company? What if I have some data and I apply machine learning? Would my company become an AI company? No, that's not the case. It has a very sophisticated data pipeline and methods to get the data acquisition itself, different levels of hierarchies, different roles. Like you have ML engineers, you have data scientists, you have data analysts. That's what makes a company an AI company in the modern world. And we gave an analogy to internet company. If you have a shopping mall and you just put your shopping mall's website somewhere on the internet, you don't get an internet company. Amazon is an internet company, but they don't have a brick and mortar shop, and they don't just put their shop on the internet. So likewise, if you have a shop and you just put it out there on a website or something, that doesn't make it an internet company. Same goes for an AI company, that if you just have data and you apply some machine learning, your company is not going to become an AI company. And then there was a thought activity in the class, which was very fun. Before the class, I asked what comes to mind when you think of AI, and even after. And so this was a small summary. Before were some movies that came to your mind because we were speaking AGI and we were not clear on what AI clearly is. We then went into machine learning, some algorithms, and the chief things that came out were DALI. We also looked into a small demo of DALI on Hugging Face. You can ask your classmates, and also IBM Watson. So that was it for the first class. I hope you enjoy the class for week 2, and I'll be uploading a summary every week. See you.